Yeah, I'm coming here live, right? Um, I don't know. I'm trying to just set up my live. It says Zodiac seems to be view more tips, resolution. Your live appears to be on different topics. Add topics, chat interview, music, dance, beauty, fitness. But okay, got it. Okay, let me see. View more tips. Okay, audience control. To improve your live follow tips, switch the encoder to AMD T64. Okay, I have no idea why. Okay, let me see. Go live. Your live appears to be on different topics. Add topics. Um, Live match. Learn. Let's go to learn. Okay, go live. Okay, we are live. Now, I don't know who's here. I have nothing prepared. I like to wait for the questions. I see we have, um, I can't read it. It's so small, but I don't want to start reading out people's names. But we have creation heaven. We have number 38 that showed up. We have the gold. We have the club. What is a club? Well, it's a clubhouse. What do we have in the clubhouse? We have two snakes and one snake. What do we do with these three snakes? Maybe we'll connect the snakes to Luna, Phobos, and Demas. Perhaps one day somebody will teach me a little bit, or I'll take the time to learn one subject at a time, right? And I started, and I should look at this right now. And that subject would be, hold on a second. Wow, I don't even know where it is. I just want to clap my hands and go back in my book and be able to find it. It was about the mutable and the unmutable and how the planets all come together, because the truth for my truth, right? I don't want to tell anybody else what their truth is. I don't want to say to anybody that you chose, right, to watch this video. You chose, who chose? Your free will on this planet is to live within the confines. And some say there is karma. Some say there is not karma. Do you know that I do an alphabet thing, right? I do an alphabet thing, and I already wrote this down already. And there's a couple of things I like to look at. Like when I look at the K, I like to look at MK. They both have the sort of the same relationship. I know the HIJK is the 11th letter. I also know that they call it the K9, so that would make it 911. And 9 times 11 is 99. And I know that if I say 13, 44 is for teen, that means the third part, the THIR, not the Thor part, THOR, right? Which is actually what is THFR. Where do I get all this? The alphabet dictates. The alphabet talks to us. Now, I want to see if I can, they said I should send out a flare, so let's see what that flare does. We're one person here, and I don't want to say that I put out a lot of time and effort to share what I have been taught, what I have learned, what I have taught myself. And like I wrote in the beginning, I wrote that I just picked this up. Did anybody tell me to pick it up? I had a free will of choice. I'm the extension, and so is everybody else. I'm the extension. And when I came to life, what am I going to call it? What makes my heart beat? Because I breathe the air? What is going on? How does it give power into my heart, into my lungs? What is going on? I don't know the full recipe, but I made a few things up. That I go this conscience that we breathe, because if I stop breathing, I stop thinking, I pass out, I'm no longer talking. They call that to come in to be the add-on into the E world. It is a mirror world, okay, 4 and 4, 4, 4, and I am 4 over that 4, or instead of being 4 over that 4, I am 6 and 6, 12, instead of 4, 4, and 4, 12. I got that from the game of cribbage. All my understanding and relationships come from games, because games are made to be fair. When a game is unfair, we should share the difference with the opponent. So we now know we have an opposary, or whatever you want to call it. When you come to my house and play, I am the home team. When I go to your house and play, okay, I would be the visitor. Then in the home team, starting with an H in the heavens, to the life, V for visitor, for life as example, born on the cross in the E world. What does all this mean? What does it tell you about the E world? Why is it 5? Why is it not 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 is in the center, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, giving me the constant of 4, 1, 4? How do we manipulate numbers? And when we do manipulate numbers, what is left over? What are the situations that are going on? You see, and I get that from a friend of mine, right? In fact, the Lord is transparent. I bet you can find one of these somewhere. It's called a calculator. It's called a calculator. This is a calculator, right? It's a code. This is a code. It's part of Morse code. But because you see numbers and they're square, right, you tend to say, how do I use this calculator? And then I take out a dice cube, and you look at the dice cube and you go, I see 5 dots. Where is the 8 dots? Or where is the 9 dots on my calculator? And now I'm getting into frustration mode, because this is day 2 after finding what I wanted to share, right, is not here. Please ask me questions. Look at what I wrote in a pre-video to this, because I don't remember, and sometimes I forget what I'm going to talk about. And while I'm talking, like a tree, I branch off. I go deep into the roots, or I continue on and I put little flowers in the tree, right? You want to talk about the piano. There's a bunch of anomalies on the piano, number 88. Also a reflection of what the word window is, only because of the numerics. Let me look, I'm looking, oh yes, let me heat up that water again. I'm happier today that I don't am full of anxiety of some sort. When I open up my mind, I sometimes get anxiety. I should run to the car, right? I definitely want to find my Rubik's Cube. And I'm sure I brought Rubik's Cube in with me, and like yesterday, I ran around, I dropped it on the floor. So just give me 1 second. So I did not find what I was looking for, and I find it disgusting. I find it disgusting. There's a bunch of people that work at McDonald's that live upstairs, and they just left the apartment building, and the perfume, it's intoxicating. And I don't want to have anything against anybody. And the thing about separation and division and that free will and choice, okay, it divides us up. It absolutely divides us up. It starts to bring a difference between us. And this is one of the reasons that I wrote earlier on, or in the introduction, that God divides us. Because of our free choice, all the time we have differences, and that's the division. It's the only way I believe, for transparency to understand what is right and wrong. And how can we figure out what is right and wrong until we have two cars driving against each other? So now we have to understand, okay, our zodiac signs. What do they stand for? What can they possibly basically mean in fairness to all? Just give me 1 second. Right now, I think we're just two of us. I found the Rubik's Cube, yes. And I don't know what I did with it since. Oh, I feel it. It's in this coat. Oh my God. Da 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 da. I found it. I found it. I found it. Here it is. But you know, we're one person here. This is disgusting. It says 25 people visited me in the last 10 minutes on TikTok, and one has stayed. I put this out as numerology. For those of you who are on TikTok, or John, or if you know anybody that wants to talk about numbers, wants to talk about the alphabet, wants to understand a little bit more about the characters, which are our alphabet letters, the characters that are also known to be numbers, the characters that begin to get a name when you put them in shapes, the characters of the letters when you understand that you can have a color pencil, so you have colors. So if you go and play the game of pool, you now have numbers on those colors. Every number has characters in the word that they stand for. I'm just trying to, oh, I have a live chat over here I didn't see on TikTok. Yes, okay. Say hi, hi, hi. I'm saying hi to everybody. Encourage your viewers. So they're all characters. Everything, let me get this. Yeah, I'm doing it on my phone because, whoop, I got my video that now stopped on, my video stopped somewhere. Now I got to figure out, how do I get back? Okay, camera. I'm using two different cameras here. Just 1 second. I select camera. Okay, my other camera stopped working. Okay, so the sound is not the same. I'm on TikTok also, and the sound is not the same. I put on camera B. It's ironic that these cameras, they work when I'm just using it for myself, right? When I'm not uploading. But the minute I start to go live stream, my one camera, my 920 by Logitech, it stops all the time. All these big company items seem to just go another way every time I go on live, and take it for what it is. Has anybody seen one of these before? It might not be the exact design I wanted to create. I did not create this with the angles perfect, but what this actually is it's a club. And within the club, right, the inside triangle is what turns between the circles. And the outside triangle is the strap that runs each one of these. This one turns this way. They all turn, do they all turn this way? When this one turns this way, it drags the river this way. When this one turns this way, it drags the river this way. And when this one turns this way, all turning counterclockwise, it's dragging the river down, one is dragging the river up, and it's just creating a flow. And then it creates the flow, and then we go between each one, and you can notice the two triangles, right? And then you connect the legs, and then I'm going to go ahead and either bend this over like this, right? Now, I'm not sure which way it can be done, because once you bend this over each other, right, these two cross, and will create the Star of David right over here. Now, the only part I want you to take true is, yes, it is a club. It is number 38. The club is number 38. What relevance does number 38 have? I want to put a little music in the background. Okay, I need a little hum in the background for some reason. Let me look up for a hum. Wow, look at that. The alchemical astrology, right? The astrology eclipse, the chemical. You know, they say Hashem. You know, when they put alchemical, the AL, what is the L? Where does the L come from? Why is the small L looking like one side of the H? Or why is it a straight line that looks like the back of other letters? If I put an L between O and O, I will get a D and a B, showing me that this L could be a wing of the gateway. I'm going to show you, I can show you where that comes up over here in 1 second. Yeah, I'm really never sure what I'm going to talk about when I come on here. Just 1 second. I had just this small message I wanted to answer. I shouldn't do this. Okay, that's irrelevant. Okay, where am I? Okay, let me get back to my page. Wow, I lost myself. Holy jeez. Okay, here I am. Wondering if I open this up all the way, what's going to happen. Okay, I can see myself full view. So if you're looking in the background, right, and you want to wonder, hey, is this a green screen or not? I just want to move this piece over here. I want to see if I can go back to my other camera. Yeah, okay, I like this camera better. Apparently the sound is better. Okay, so where was I? There's just so much going on for me all the time. I want to get to the L, and I've done this before. I want to see if I can do it. Just look for it in this book where we are. We can talk about the piano, the days of the week, the Twin Towers. Did you know that the Twin Towers, right, were actually the center of 360? The Twin Tower, oh my God, I still smell the perfume from the corridor. They're going to work at McDonald's. Oh my God, it's crazy. The Twin Towers actually, although it's 110 and 110 is a plug-in to a wall, right? 110 is a plug-in to a wall, 55, 55 for the 55 yards in the CFL. But it was actually 111, but we're going to work on 110 right now. 110, right? The plug-in, when you plug in your wall, it's between 108 and 120. So when you go to 108, different ways to get to 108. When you look up for electricity, a lot of our the understanding between the alphabet is through everything, every single word, everything to build. It's a builder's code. Electricity and plumbing, very important. So the electricity in the wall for your plug-in is between 108 and 120. If you add 1 through 15, it equals to 120. The average between 1 through 15 at 120 is 8. So it's 8 times 15 equals to 120. When you play the game of pool and you add up 1 to 15, okay, it equals to 120. If you look at a cube, okay, a dice cube, there are 6 sides, but when you add up 1 through 5, okay, it equals to 15. That's the first level of adding, right? You add up 1 to 10, okay, it equals to 55, right? The spirit of 55, freedom 55, drive alive at 55. To create that, you need 16 or 61 or 1 and 6, which is ironic. 1 and 6, right? And the numeric value for 1 is 34. And the numeric value for 6 is 52. Now, the reason I mentioned all this is this cube over here, right? The 1 is opposite of the 6. Isn't that fantastic? It is the smallest and the largest on this cube. Okay, wow. I'm smelling that from the hallway. Wow, that is crazy. So did you notice that when you added up what the value of number 3, what is 1, O-N-E, 15, 14, and 5, 15 and 14, 29, and 5 equals to 34. 3 and 4 equals to 7. I'm going to pick you up 2 of my buddies over here. 3 and 4 equals to 7. 3 and 4 equals to 7. 1 and 1 is 6 and 6. What are they trying to tell you? 55. Whoop. Let me do that again. What did we do? 1 and 6, right? We did 1 and 6. I just want to see. On the other side, I got 33. On the other side, I got 44. On the inside, I got 22. And on the outside, I got 55. To note that when you write this down, okay, when you saw the 1 and the 6, what happened to my... Oh, I'm going to have to turn this camera around because it's backwards for me. Let me just see if this is right. I don't know why this seems backwards to me. Is it backwards? Yeah, it is. And if I flip it this way, oh yeah, that's good. Okay. Okay, I can see it now, right? So 1 equals to 3, 3, 4, 7. 6 equals to 5, 2, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Isn't that ironic? Is that not ironic or what? Is that the good choice of words? Ironic? Let me cancel this now. Okay, I applied this. Just lovely. So TikTok says join these groups. You'll have more people join you. And ever since I joined these groups, it says that no one's here. Even if it shows me 3 people here, if no one comments, I'm not going to see anything. So I don't know why it like pulls me down, right? I don't know why it pulls me down. I just want to check the temperature outside. I'll just change the temperature a little bit. Okay, move this out of the way. Move this out of the way. So now we know that the reverse of this 1 and 6 is going to tell you the rest of the stories. But there's something missing in here, and I've gone over this 100 times. So if you're bored of this, it's okay. And if nobody asks me any questions, I don't know if I should continue with it because I don't have a schooling method. I have nothing in order. There's something missing on here that I didn't mention. So hey, Dushwa, how you doing? Yes, ma'am. To remind all who see is who sees the great lights in the heavens that follow is the real life everywhere. He and her traverses. Let me see, let me see. There was one other thing I wanted to check on here. Hold on. Yes, okay. How do I do this? 1 second. Whoa. Yes, and if there's those who like to come out and help the channel, let me see, I can't even click and paste into my TikTok. Yes, and I do it over and over because I keep learning. I keep learning. So what we're going to do is is what's missing here is this. And oh, my camera stopped working here. Hold on. Yeah, okay. I keep going over and over and over and over. If we want to get back to just thinking of something else, is that the group Nazareth sang a song like in 1975 that just came back today, right? And that song, Nazareth, Eurythium coin, the song they sang about, it's all within the construct. Okay, like playing Nintendo. Can you do something in Nintendo? Can you create something in Nintendo? Have you found something in Nintendo? I want to know, can somebody tell me this, that while playing a game that was created, that you did something that made the game do something that even the creator had no idea it can be done. So I believe, and through my 20 years of going over this, is the Lord created and gave everybody the free will. And what's so fantastic, I believe, is it possible that every single combination under every single temperature was ever done with everything in the periodic table? Can we recreate from creation something that is yet to been created? What is the basis of the creation that we have? Let me just go for something here. Periodic table. So we've got the periodic table here that I'm searching out, right? And yes, in the non-metals, they have an H, right? And then on the other side, I don't know if it's in the metals, but I'd have to understand, right? I know number 83, which represents monkey, which represents the club, which represents gold. Also, how the numbers come to be. Okay, number 83. 3 comes into fashion through 11. How do we get to 11? Well, what about 1 and 5 or 5 and 1 to create 11? How about 9 and 2 to create 11? Or 6 and 5 to create 11? How about to understand that if we think we need alpha beta to create who we are, right? I want to know, do we need alpha beta to create who we are? Then who are we? That's right. We're 5 and 6, 11. Number 3 equals 56. Number 7 equals 65. The horse is also 65. It creates the ring of this cube. 5, 1, 6, 2. Even if I turned it once and I see 2 numbers, let me see 6, 3. I already know 1 and 4 are the other ones that follow. It's a precise cube, but this cube was changed. This cube is changed, okay, when you get the Saturn square. And when you get the Saturn square, it turns the cube if I get this right, okay, if I get this right, now I'm not sure if I have this right. Okay, I'm going to show it to both of you. In Saturn square, the 9 takes up the 2 position. In Saturn, okay, the 9 takes up the 2 position over here. The 1 takes up the 8 position. In Saturn square, the 4 takes up the 1 position. The 6 takes up the 9 position. In Saturn square, the 7 occupies the 6th position. The 3 occupies the 4th position. This will become Saturn square. What do we have in Saturn square? We have a 1, we have a 3, we have a 9, we have a 4. We do not have a 2. We do not have a 5. We do not have an 8. 2, 5, and 8 are missing. That's what it looks like. I have a 7, a 4, a 1, a 3. I don't have 2, 5, and 8. Let me see where my 2, 5, and 8 are. Let me write this down. I'm going to show you Saturn square. All about ABC. Understand your ABC. Understand the games. Understand how the ABC works with the games. Understand the levels. There are levels of this. Each one of these is their own home. What happens with each one of these homes and the movement? There's movement. One, if we start at 7, right? The next 7 is 9 later, it's 16. And then the next one is at 25, and then 34 and 43. That is going to be the movement which arrives at 7. Now, if we move 7 continuous, 7, 14, 21, that's another way to understand 7. The 7 will move by 7. The 7, in order to get to the next level of 7, in order to get to the next level of everything, right, you move by 9, plus the one that you're already at, equaling to the 10th area. If you want to move with 7s, it's going to tell you one story. Understand that 100% of everything gives you everything that you are. And any number under 100 or 3 digits is going to give you less than what you are. And everything over 1,000, okay, or sorry, everything over 100, anything over 200 will double up of who you are. But if you only go to 150, you are not 2 more than what you are, but only 1.5 times more you are. When you play the game of blackjack, 1.5 times the wager is what the payout is. 1.5 times the wager. Why? Number 33 and number ABC will come into that realm. I'm going to show you that just for a skit. A, B, C, D, right? Did we start everything? How did we start life? Did we just start with A? A is a division, B is a circumference. C is the circumference with A at the heart of the circumference. D is the second line around the circumference. The first line, the second line, the third line, the fourth line. The fourth line gives you a total of 10. A, B, C, D, 10. When you only work with this connection, you get the 9 birth. You come into the 6th life, you lose the D for your death. You come into the E world. 4 plus 1 equals 5. 3 plus 2 equals 5. You come into the 5 and 5 world, 55. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals 7 and 6. 7 times 6, 7 plus 6 is 42 and 13, equaling to 55. You've entered the house of bait. This is your birth in the house of bait. That 29, we're going to add it on to this month. For the love of the ring. Number 14 is the ring of this cube. It's in the house of bait. February, your rotation of 33, 3 times 3 and 3 plus 3, giving you the 6th life from your 9 birth. Living in the heavens at the 7th gate of your birth star, 10, A, B, C, D. This is going to come into the 3rd part of creation, okay? After your first 1.5 times multiplication creation at 225 mark in the negative sun world. The tie we wear is over here. The clock ticks over here. I don't know which way we're going to put this, but the clock ticks over here at the 225 mark. 22.5 is half of 45, but 22.5 and 135 equals to your 360 degrees. We have to remember what 36 is. We have to understand what 36 is. Nothing begins until 3. Your birth is 9, therefore it's 3 and 6. It's 1 with 8, bringing the spirit into the heavens. And then you bring it into the gate in the house of bait by the 7th gate. 7 and 2, 1 and 8. So when you have 1 and 8 and 7 and 2, okay, you have 3 and 15. 315, we come into the E world of the cube, where the cycles are 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, run by our moon, that is 13, 31, 13, and run also by the electric of the moon, which is 31, 13, 31, equaling to what is 57, 75, which is both the male and the female. Okay, the color orange is now connected, where red, right, the hot spirit devil, okay, and the yellow come into manufacture, right, what is not only 9/11, but becomes the orange. When you have the orange, you're going to have the orange ball in the game of pool, and the orange ball in the game of pool is the 13 ball, or the 13th letter is for the letter M, and the 5th letter for the letter E, possibly standing for Mars or Mercury in the E world of Earth. Earth is numeric value 52. When you take Mars and Earth and put them together, it creates the numeric value for the word Mercury, 103, JC, Jesus Christ, 131313, that we run our leap years, where February 29th, okay, becomes the 60th day. It just so happens that orange is number 60. But orange is a 15 plus 45 equals to 60, where 45 is 2 times what 22.5 is, right? We come into the quarter house of creation. 22.5, okay, times 4, right, equals to 90, which is our birth. The word January is 90. The word February is 96, and why I say it's 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 is exactly what it is. That's how you get 9 and 6. That is our rotation from our birth to our life. The 9 is a continuous, right? And when you add up what brings us together in the BC worlds, right, we need A and D after the death before the Christ to bring in 5 and 5, 2 and 3 coming together. Or how about number 32 for the pig? Or how about 32 for the ram, the first and last zodiac Chinese sign? Or Bélier, sorry, the rat is 39. And I mentioned we're one of 2 creations. We're a controlled creation through the rat, the Chinese sign. Why are we a controlled creation? Because the word birth, B-I-R-T-H, equals 57, which is a value of 3. But a B-E-A-R-T-H of the same sound, okay, equals to 54. And that's a 9. The 57, okay, is a Mars birth through the moons of Mars, connecting with Luna, the singular moon, in which what we see in the sky is actually the eye in the sky for Mars, and where the earmuffs put on into the beta world, okay, are actually the moons of Mars. That you connect with them is when you go to sleep at night and you lie horizontally at 3 times 6, 180 degrees, which is R, not 3 plus 6, which is 9, okay, and you're standing up. With the 9, you stand up vertically. With the 18, you're horizontal, plugging into the 2 moons. Otherwise, you're between the 2 moons, living and connecting to the moon of Luna, anal, canceling out your other moons, moons by the night and moons by the day, to where the moon at midnight is at 8, is at AM, which is part of your soul. It is part of your soul because the word AM, or am, or in mass, more than one, because of the S letter, which joins both your birth to your altered either spirit or soul. I'm really never sure which way to go with number 1. Spirit is 91, right? Soul is 67. Soul creates 4, spirit creates 1. Both come together, and instead of living here, right, or here, they come together and we live in the E world, 5 and 4. 5 and 4 is D and E letters together, which is the fox pass in the sun in the heavens. The word fox is 45. It's your X and your O, equaling to 39, equals to angel, equals to 10, equals to rat, equals to ox in fox. Now we coming to understand the numbers of this cube and how it's understood on this calculator. To understand, this is a base. It's a model. It's a skeleton. It's out of order. It's only in this order so you can understand how to reorder everything. The alphabet is out of order. If we want to really move the alphabet, we're going to do an alphabet shuffle, and we're going to move the alphabet from A1 to A6, the other side of the cube. The 360 degrees that we need, as it's a key, it's a tool, 360 degrees. So I take my 26 letters of the alphabet and I move it into the center of the 36. Also to note that it should be even moved again, right? And we're going to keep it on a base. Why 36? Is it 36 inches for a yard? We have to understand where we use everything. Is it, what does it give us? I know I watch football. I know we need to get a yard. What's a yard? It's 36 inches. So I need 3 rulers from school, or I need a yardstick. Why did they make 36 a circle? Why did they make 24 hours a day? Why couldn't we have 90 minutes in a day? 90 minutes in an hour and 16 hours in a day, right? 4 times 4 equals to 16. 4 plus 4 equals to 8, right? Or why didn't we make it the other side of the cube? A 3 by 3 equals to 9, and 3 plus 3 equals to 6. So we'll have a 15-hour day versus the 24-hour day. Right here lays the ox. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 is 6 and 9. Your birth to light equals to 15, the letter O. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 is 16 and 8, right? And this is the difference between here, right? The difference between here. What are the differences? How do we get to them? What do these create? What happens between 2 and 4? We have 3. What happens between 1 and 5? We have 2, 3, 4. Our 9 birth, our vibration in BCD 432, which stands between 1 and 5, which is the same method they use in order to understand what I had just spoken about: Saturn square, Rubik's cube. 2.2 billion Islams in the world looking up to a black cube. If you learn about the black cube, you must learn about it, understanding how it can be put together, how it came to be. Through the alphabet, through the dice cube, and the explanation of that black cube is right here in our hands. And in baseball and hockey and football and soccer, the game of pool, we came here for what reason? And what is our basis of all of our life? Is because we want to enjoy. We want to have pleasure, and pleasure brings on the good vibration. Like Mr. Peterson speaks, we have to break everything down to know where the backbone of each item is, so we can funnel ourselves in to understand God is not hurting me. But if you throw a rock at me, you become the God hurting me, because you made the choice. You created that creation. You become your own color commentary. Verbs, adverbs, nouns. A letter is a character. It is a connection of angles of dots and dashes extending over the grid line. What are the obligations of writing on this grid line? What are the obligations? And when I showed you about ABC, and when I spoke about orange, just to go back to that, in pool, the orange ball is both 13 and 5. 18 minus 5 equals to 13. There was a reason why I did that calculation, because I did it yesterday, and there's a true reason to it. Because the R letter into the E world, right? You take away the 5 from the 18 of the 18th letter R, and it becomes 13M. So maybe is that one of the reasons you put together Mr.? Because your base creation of A, B, C, D, when you connect that together, do we come into the E world, right? We cannot get 6 unless we complete our ABC creation. To reverse the cube to where we start with our A creation and we finish with our F6. And every other element that is in here is going to be telling us a story. Here is the fox path to the sun. It is 888. And when you have 8, that's a complete star. So instead of having one complete star with 4 lines, I'm going to remove one line, or I'm going to remove this line, or I'm going to remove this line. And what are my combinations of the 4 lines? Because there are 4 combinations of the 4 lines that are here. I have all 4 lines. I take away this one, I take away this one, then I take away this one, then I take away this one. Each one of these made 4 different realities. And in each reality, there's a process and an understanding through these numbers. 1 and 9, 10, 7 and 3, 10, 4 and 6, 10, 2 and 8, 10. Living on the 10 commandments, or this is actually 9, right? Is there 10 commandments? Should I start everything and go 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, 9? How would I connect it? 0, 1, 9, right? Equaling to 10. Point of departure, 0, 2, 8, 0, 3, 7, 0, 4, 6. Now, if we only do 3 of them, and I'm going to come down and mark 3, but I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to check out how the hot water is doing that I boiled an hour ago. And I'm going to come back here, and we're going to take a 2-minute break. If you got to go make a poo-poo or a caca or something, go ahead, right? This is, you think this is green screen? It's not green screen. I don't do green screen. I'm still a little upset with TikTok right now, right? I should do a TikTok over here. Let me go to TikTok. Let me do a little TikTok on here. Hold on a second. How do I'm just trying to do a little TikTok over here just to see if we can get more people to join. We need more questions. We need more input. We need to bring peace and love and understanding that the Lord, the Creator, is with us. You want to understand your chakras in something I've yet to really fully understand, but I know it's in the existence. I know it. I know it. I know it because what I do is impossible. I don't think it's possible. You tell me if it's possible that the language that we speak came from the letters that were created. These letters were created from other letters. That means the A letter just didn't come poof and we made it up. They even tell you this A letter already existed in Aleph. So if it existed in Aleph, it's thousands of years old. Look how perfect. Look at the story that I'm telling you, and I'm comparing it and using games and dice cubes that were created that are perfect math, absolutely perfect. That would be highly impossible without having someone that came here using computers, very fast computers, quantum computers, AI computers, because this would be impossible. Agree or disagree? You know, I keep trying to get on to do something, and it keeps sending me somewhere else all the time. It's almost like it doesn't want me to. Okay, here we are. I'm doing a live here on TikTok. I've been here almost 45 minutes to an hour. Nobody has shown up. I don't know why. Do you want to know about chakras? Do you want to know if they're real or not? I can't help you. I can help you with the ABC 1, 2, 3. If you want to know a little bit about Kaaba, the house of Kaaba, why is it so strong? Why does everybody go there? Beyond words that you read in any Bible, and the words that you read in any Bible can be understood much deeper if you understood Morse code, characters that brought the dots and the dashes together, that through games, honest games, are going to decorticate and share with the masses the truth that our Creator is here now. Put down, stop fighting over nothing, and learn that the Creator is here. We're living under false narrative. And I can prove it because we can prove this together. Wow, it didn't. I don't know if oh yeah, okay, it accepted my video. Let me see what's in here. Let me see what's here. How long did it take me to paint the palace? How long did it take me to paint the palace? How long? Is time measured in length? So now we have time and length that now came together. That's quite interesting. I have to put that into my head. So like I said, I'm going to take a 2-minute break here, and I can walk around the house with my camera, but it's hard to hold the coffee, spill it on myself, burn my leg, run to the pet store to get something to protect myself, the pet store, right? PET, right? So we have the ET that came. The ET came with your DNA, but with your half-life it came with the PET. So if it's 25 and 16, that's 41. ET is 25. You do know, right, that ET is the coming of your birth in the house of blackjack? Try and figure that one out. When I come here, I'm going to explain and show you how 5G is connected to all of this. We're going to take a 2-minute break, everybody, and all those one persons on TikTok right now. It just says one person, right? But I know there's more. I know there's more. Let me take and see if I can put out this flare here. Does this flare go on TikTok? Okay, so, and every time, I mean, this is so depleting. So we had one person here, and you know what it says? It says that we have Mr. Fitness, Shamrock, Rosaline, and all these people who joined over here. Let's check it out over here, what's going on. Yeah, I have to do this. I have to do this to understand what's going on. I need a vibration on this channel. Right now, I feel like I'm the only one vibrating with a few of you. Sorry, I have nothing. I'm just maybe a tad on the frustrated side with this. Okay, let me look at that, and then let me look at the TikTok here. Oh my God, I just did something terrible. Okay, I'm not signing in. I just said I want to accept the, okay, forget about that. Let's go here. So just give me 1 second. Okay, I just want to go here. Okay, I want to go check out. Hold on a second. I don't think it's this one here. Give me a second. You know what? I know it's frustrating to be there and not to see me just constantly working on the numbers, but I got to see what's going on my channel. Okay, this one's not going. Wow, this is funny, Okay, just going to go back. Yeah, it won't let me watch my own channel. Whoop, let me go. Whoop, no. Let me go back this way. Sorry, I'm using up everybody's time. Here I go. Here I go again. No, it's not even showing it to me. Okay, going in the kitchen, going to get my little drinky and coming back. Where is it? Okay, we're going to let that. Is it possible that we are working on these 3 discs over here, right? What would go through there, I don't know. But if we had a triangle upside down in this way, what would be going on? Which way would this go, right? Just something that I drew up a little bit ago. I want to make sure I plug my phone in. Whoop, that's the wrong side. We didn't speak about tennis. Anybody interested to understand about the tennis scoring, right? How we wings on the game? What is the numeric value for tennis? Why does the S and the 1 look like the 5 and the 1? Why is the V have a value of 5? Why does the ace, the 1 dot, play from the 5 position? Why in the world is it possible that this is exactly the same? That once drawn up like this, right? Just because it looks so small, right? It's a kid's toy. We are the extension, the children of the Creator that made a big womb that we're all in, that we breathe. Are you a serpent? Do you have a head and a tail? Will you die without your backbone? Do you need to breathe? What happened on day 6? Does it mean that there was no counting? That there was no counting? Because there are things in the Bible that are not accountable. Does anybody know what those things that are not accountable? Maybe my misuse of words. What has not been counted? What has been omitted? What has been left out? In the Bible, what has been left out? And I'm only saying it for someone who's really never read the Bible. That's me. But you know what? Over time, something is left out, right? It's in there, but it's left out. And that is on day 6. On day 6, it was animal and man. Was it man and animal or animal and man? But if it was day 6 and we need to count to 10, what happened? We didn't count the first 4 because we came in to the E world. The first 4, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10. We came in upon creation. They did our 3 creation into the E world 1 and bringing in our formation of 6. Man 6, birth 9 of the one spirit of creation in the divided house. The word ace, forget about it. When we play cards, we only see one letter. The fish, the angel fish. This fish looks like a D over a C, a 4 over a 3. Creation over the devil, over the demon, over knowing the difference. We add in to this our connection. The clubhouse. 2 moons of Mars and 1 moon Luna. Annul, cancel. CLU 333. It's a French word. It's also using the letters CUL. And if you say it straightforward, it might say clue. When we're in the E world, 1 through 5 equals to 15. We're in the O world. We are in the E world. We are in the O world of creation under the skies of what they call Saturn square, which is actually a world which is Venus. Okay, it's the half worlds of Venus. There are 4 of them, right? And our base for Venus, okay, the primary setup for Venus is Mars. Venus plays the house of Mars through the Mars moons or through the single moon of Earth. I want to know which way it is. That Venus might be the Luna moon, and that Mercury, having no moons of their own, play a role in the 2 moons of like Phobos and Deimos. To where when I talked about the ace, what happens with the ace is when you do measurement on the ace, you have the heart of the ace, which creates an I, to the separation of the H, with the A creating the H. Knowing that the A is written as ace when you play the deck of cards, the numeric value that you use is 1, 3, and 5. Are we together on this right now? Do you follow what I am talking about? Can you follow me? Do you understand? Can you see? One, 3, and 5. Back to the dice cubes. We're going to learn about the 3 square, and we're going to learn about the 2 square. The 2 square and the 3 square. 27 and 8. The 2 cube is 4. The 3 cubed is 8, and the 2 cubed is 8, and the 3 cubed is 27. Right? The 3 cubed, 3 and 3, the 3 little pigs going up and down. We're not going this way and this way. Have you ever seen the I letter? Have you ever seen the I letter? This is actually telling you about 1, 1, and 1, 1, 1, and 1. Where does that come from? Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, right here. This talks about 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the reverse and understanding of what a completion is when you start to use the numbers over again, and you use them over again at 10. And you show that your first separation at 10 is a 0. So you're going to have 9 numbers, okay? And then you're going to have another 9 numbers. And you're going to connect or separate the numbers by the 0. Now, the 0 is also to be noted to be the operator. The 0 in bowling could be no pins knocked down, or can also understand to be the splits, 360 degrees, also to be known as the circumference, okay, that surrounds the one area. Or in a 2 cubed, there is no one area. There is no, in a 2 cubed, there is no separation. But in a 3 cubed, right? In the 3 cube, in the 3 cubed, right? We have this 1 cube here. We have the 5 cubes separating the 4 cubes in the corners. I wish I put together enough of these cubes to show you how it's built. And I'm understanding that either Earth is moving through the cubes of Mars, or it's Mars moving around Earth. Now, there's only 4 seasons. If I move Earth in Mars or Mars in Earth, yes, there is a difference, right? When you're, just let me put this back together and show you. Should I get some tape? Do I have any tape here? Fox headquarters, 888-666. Now we have the I'm just making a flat surface. Here is the 3 by 3. Here is the 2 by 2. Here is the center. It passes over the center here, right? Leaving out, see that V? See that V? When I turn it this way, that V becomes a heart. This center, this green piece added, is the life given to the heart. And then it moves here, 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 here. So it has 4 seasons. Now, if it was this one that was moving in front of this one, my question is, will it move this way? And then once it gets to the end and it overhangs, then it goes this way. My other question is, as it's moving, does it get to turn within its own space? I know this one is Rubik's Cube, right? And this one turns. But the center, all these, this will always be opposite this. This will always be opposite this. And this will always be opposite this. So no matter how far you go from home, okay, you're only one step away of being back home again. Rubik's Cube. There are 18. 18, remember what 18 is, right? 18 is asleep, okay? But 9 is awake. 9 is vertical, 18 is horizontal. There are 18 around 1. The Hebrews say chai for luck for 18, the one spirit of the heavens. The 27th cube, the house of Beit controller, is in the center of this cube. Center of this cube. There are 8 in the corner. So my question is, okay, these 4 here, these 4 in here, is this what happened to Mars? Did this happen to Mars? Now I'm asking myself this question. Well, I'm just trying to see if I can do this. Just 1 second. So let me finish making this. Hey, I want to run the planet. I'm still having trouble putting a video together after 10,000 times. Okay, so here it is. See that? The interruption. Mars gets 4 cubes here, and it gets 4 cubes here. Mars 8 cubes gets intervened by this, the universal joint, and it gets plugged in over here. And then this joint runs the moons. The singular moon runs the 2 and 2 moons of Mars, or the multiple moons, by putting this in between and separating Mars into 4 corners. Okay, I'm taking this all apart. Whoop. I'm going to leave that together. We spoke about the wings, right? Should I speak about the wings? Okay. Whoop, my camera stopped on this thing here. Let me fix the camera. Yeah, for some reason the camera jumps off, so I just jump back and forth. I'm going to get that hot water I put back there like 20 minutes ago, and I'm going to come back. Wow, the camera stopped again, mother. Wow, they shut down my camera completely. Okay, I'm just going to get my hot water in the kitchen. Sorry for that. If you have any questions, you look into the house, you want to see what's going on. If you want to try and understand what you're seeing over here, what does this show? Ending your live will also end the flares effect. What does this show? I don't know. The flare says, I don't know. What does this mean? Total viewers and real-time viewer count. So there's one person here, new followers, none, lots of hearts. So I'm not sure. We're looking for people who want to understand the alphabet. I'm going to come out here. I need to get a little serious with this. We're coming to the time that, I don't know if you want to call it crunch time, but if you want to get in ahead of the gang before you're going to get those who come here to sell you false hope, to tell you that they're going to charge you to learn about the alphabet, to learn about our creation, to learn and understand a little deeper sense into the Ten Commandments, into the Bible words of choice, into the world of nursery rhymes. We live in a free will, karma, and all in the system we live. That is the system we live in. If you drive through the red light and no one hits you, ever, you tell me what those chances are. At any time, if I say drive through 24 hours through that red light, will someone hit you? Will you drive face to face with somebody and be able to go through them? This is the world we live in right now. Like I spoke, it's the ABCs. We need to understand our ABC 1, 2, 3, Jack 5. We need to learn about the numbers, and then we'll maybe understand why is Valentine's Day on the 14th? Why is Christmas the eve of the 24th, only to come in on the 25th? Why is there Hanukkah candles? Why do we pray to a cube in Islam, in Kaaba? Why do we pray 5 times a day? Where is God, and how come God helps one but doesn't help the other? All these answers can be answered by yourself when you understand the tech of law, the technology of the law, of how what rules are made fair, the penalties, the foul balls, the base on balls, the strikeout, the score, the goalie, the crowd, the amateur sports versus the professional, collecting a gold, silver, bronze, or just being runner-up. How many does it take to tango, and why? What is hopscotch? What is it about the deck of cards? Why is basketball 48 minutes? What does the game of pool tell me when I'm not playing snooker, or when I'm playing with the 15 balls and we have the 8 ball, the black ball, which gives me the 8th solid ball, to what is 7 stripes, to what has 15 numbers? But no, there are not 15 numbers in pool. There are 16 numbers. There are more that, sorry, there are 15 and 6. There are 21 numbers in pool. In fact, there's also a silent number in pool. In the house of bait, Venus comes in, right? In the 0, riding the 0 is Venus. 10. It's a 1 and 9 10, a 2 and 8 10, a 3 and 7 10, a 4 and 6 10, creating that star system on the calculator. Okay, so I'm going to get that, sometimes you speak to people, you make some jokes, but they don't understand the joke. I don't have any lemon, I don't like to mix anything up with, I like my wooden spoon. Does wood bring bacteria? How do you clean a wooden spoon? Oh, I got myself some, what I like to call the terrible tea. Okay, I know this camera does not have good sound, so maybe I'll try and tow it down. It sounds like it's a can, right? So I'm going to try to go back to my other camera. Right. Okay, I'm back on this camera now. I have to go back and forth from camera to camera. I don't know. It says, I'd like to know, is anybody here? Like, if you're here and you don't want to say anything, just go off the channel and come back and I'll see you pop up again, because it's telling me no one's here. Is anybody interested in understanding the ABCs? Is anybody interested to understand the ABCs? Yes. Whether you are or you're not, I'm here. I'm sharing the ABCs. I'm sharing the artwork. I'm going to see if I can drag this camera. I'm going to take the other camera. I want to show you something. Right? I'm going to take this camera. I'm going to show you this floor. Looks like a sad face and a happy face, right? The other way is happy, one is sad. You want to understand a little bit about what 3, 6, or 36 does? Well, you see all those dots, right? Over here. Over here. Over here. Yeah, I should bring my phone over there also and show the same thing off, right? Whoa, again. Oh my God, just give me 1 minute. I just can't believe this. I did it again. This is insane. This is insane. Insane. I am extremely not happy about this. I am not happy about this. I just spilled tea that had, again, on a book that we're working with right now. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I said to myself while I was in the kitchen, I said, and now this time, I mean, this is like my worst spill ever, because I got it everywhere, even on my piano key thing, I just throw that out, right? And oh my God, it's everywhere, absolutely everywhere, everywhere. See, that's why we need to pray. You know what it means when you pray, right? And everything you pray about is, like my prayer was when I left the coffee, when I left that water, was that I don't spill it. That was my prayer of the day. That I wake up and remember that every time I make a choice, right, it's my own decision. Nobody's choosing for me. I have the right to say no or yes, right? Just remember those commandments, right? The basis of the commandments. Don't get in anybody's way. And don't let anybody get in anybody's way, which means the same thing. You can't get in anybody's way and they can't get in yours. So there has to be that understanding, and that understanding is the demon of everything. Once you understand the change, the demon goes away. Once you understand what it really means, the demons go away, because it can hurt you more, as much and more than it can hurt anybody else. So when you understand that and abide by those rules, you are your own color commentary. What makes you shy? Well, I'm like livid over here. I'm like really hugely mad having to take the T off of everything. 36 inches. Why number 36? Here, I'm going to take one of these out. Oh my God. I got like everything to clean here, you know? It's like sick. You know, we live in the house of bait. They call it the money world. And one of the things about that is that when you look down at your keyboard, you will see the dollar sign, right? That is on the number 4. They say we live in, our creation is 3, right? Or 3 cubed. And when you look down on the number 3, you see the pound key. You also note that you play tic-tac-toe. You live with the X, right? With the X and the O. The O is your creation, right? In the divided 7th gate, which is the X. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals 6 and 8. That is the numbers that divide the gate. Fox headquarters, right? Through Mars. Just give me a second to wipe everything up here. Whatever I say is the absolute reality of the connections. You show me where it's not truth or it doesn't exist. That would be good for me. That I should know the difference as much as you know the difference. Because that difference is the truth. Does that mean it's evil because it's a difference? Because it's against a grain? Someone's grain? Someone's thought? What does it mean, a grain? You know, when you have grain and the grain is in the hoppers, take it for a grain of salt. Alternative reality. Okay, more or less, I have this cleaned up. Let me put away a bunch of stuff over here. You see, when things are in order, mishaps like this should not happen when things are in order. Barrel of monkeys, you don't think you're a monkey? You don't want to come from being a monkey, right? Well, guess what? What would you rather not from being? Alive? The beam of light for the body you entered. Beam me up, Spock. Beam me up. Beam me up. Beam me up. In the word beam is the house hive of Venus that we live in. We live in the AM 1 through 13. Okay, we live 1 through 13 equals to 91, the numeric value of the spirit. 91. When you add 1 to 13, it equals to 91. The average is 7. at the seventh gate. That 13, 1 and 3 is 4. I don't think I want to put anything else onto this book or maybe in this book. I'm going to start a new book. So it's my friend's birthday today. Even Stephen, everything this guy does, okay? Everything this guy does, he's like a walking book. Smart as a whip for 99% of his life. And that one mistake that anybody can make. That one mistake anybody can make. Does anybody know what it is? The one mistake anybody can make is the choice. Is the choice. Okay, so we're going to take 1 minute now that I did this to refill my tea and hide it somewhere else. I have to hide it from the demon. I have to hide it from the demon. Don't forget, I just want to remind you that when we came in here, we were all the gods. We're all the creators. We're all the beginning and the end of our own choice. I have to hide this from the demon. You know who knocked it over before? Must be an evil person. Very evil that knocked over my tea before, I know. You be careful now. Talking to the Holy Ghost. Don't forget. I have to figure out where to put this. Okay, now this was here. Hold on a second. This was here. Okay, 1 second. Yes, an hour ago I said I'm going to put on a little music. I'm going to put on a little music. So now when it comes to the music, right, and all the numbers, right, we're gonna talk about, we're jumping all over until one day we get an actual schedule, right? Hey, I joined. Hey, everybody that's joined. Shows that only one person is here, but that's okay. Okay, so this is the thing about numbers, right? And I'm going to write this down. I wish I can do it on the screen or have a chalkboard. You know, maybe I should bring out my chalkboard, but then I'm going to have to bring the screen closer. So what it is if you're talking about 369, or let me look, hold on. Let me look at this. Or if we're talking about 369 or 123 or 456 or 789, right? No matter which one of these we divide by 3, if I divide 369 by 3, I'm going to get 123. If I divide 123 by 3, I'm going to get 41. If I divide 456 by 3, I'll get 152. If I divide 789 by 3, I'll get 263, right? Is the music too loud? Is the music too loud? Is the music too loud? Can you see this? Right? Now that information is coming off of this. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little setup. I'm going to turn my camera upside down and show you the formation of this. Now in this, okay, I'm just going to show you something. When you put the 2 bars up here, or you put the 2 bars over here, when you look at this calculator, you can connect these 3, okay, and these 3 by having a bar here. But there's no separation, okay? We need full separation. The full separation area is here. Now, you might ask the question, where is the full separation? Because what you're seeing are the lines, okay, right now. Here is that full separation. I was drawing my line this way. Here I drew it this way. Here it's 1 line, 1 line, 1 line in 3 separate lines. When you draw it the other way, when you draw it this way, okay, it becomes 1, 1. When you draw it horizontal, right, or vertical. So when you draw it horizontal, it's 3. When you draw it horizontal, it's 3. When you draw it vertical, it's 1. By virtue, okay, it's not only 3, it's more than that. By virtue of this, when I'm going this way and this way, it's 1. 1 over to 2 over to 3. 4 over to 5 over to 6. Each one, when I go up and down, I count by 3s. Now, if I'm only using these 4 over here, Mars cube rather than Earth cube, will I go 1, 2, 3, 4? If I do and I cross them, I will get 14 equaling to 5. I'll get 2 and 3 equaling to 5. So we have to understand the dot, right? The dot house, right? And then we have to have the one with the donut hole inside of it, where the corners, right? And remember, the corners are separated, right? 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Here's your setup. Do you understand this setup? I'm going to give you a second to stare at it. You tell me about this setup. Do you understand this setup? Do you understand what's going on in this setup? There have been 300 people that came to the channel and no one has stayed. Is anybody interested in numerology is the question I ask. I'm going to look at, we had some, I think this, Discord, highlight saved to your channel. What's this over here? Oh, I can change the color in here, right? Oh, that'd be pretty cool. What does the floor look like? All right, what does the floor look like? Let's go ahead and let's look at the floor. Just give me a second from there. I just came up with something on my camera. I just want to see what the floor looks like. Or how about the roof, ceiling, the brick wall? So okay, so we're going to come back over here and sit down. I didn't show everybody what I saw in here. It was not possible at this moment to show what I showed. All I did was I blacked out the floor. I mean, I turned off the color from the floor. Where is that T? So, the reason for this, like this, is because with the 2 cube, you only get corners. Every corner is 3 colors. See that Y inside of this? You connect Y with the other Y, right? And that is the reason this is all 3s. This one over here is 3 to the 8 corners, and it's 2 to the 12 corners, and the F letter 6 runs the pole. The F letter 6 runs the pole. The pole runs in 1 direction, 2 directions, and 3 directions. So that'll be 3 times 6 equals to 18 plus 1 on the pole. The face that it turns around the controlling of the pole is a 9 face. When you have a 9 face, that 9 face has 12 that surround it. 12 on the ring, 9 on the pole. When you're talking about a singular cube, you have 9 and 9 on a pole and 9 to a face. When you're talking about the complete Rubik's Cube pole, okay, that we can actually see, there are this, look, 1, 2, right? There's 2 to the side and 1 on the top. And you go all the way around that way, and you have 12 and 9 giving you the I and the L coming together. Somebody asked me today, what does 50 do? Right? I said the reverse of 50, if you had to look at 50 in letters, you'd look at S and O, which would turn into H and L. 8 and 12 equaling to 20. What is S and O equaling to 34? Sorry for that interruption. It was a thought in my head. So the I and the L that comes together over here, and the I and the L will represent Mars. One of the reasons for them representing Mars is because the I letter, now you can change the reality or the wording if you'd like, or just give me a different story, but I want to know if the L letter is number 50 in Roman numerals. I want to know if the I letter is number 1 in Roman numerals. So if you put the I and the L together, that'll be 51 in Roman numbers. Or it'll be 12 and 9 equaling to 21 in the alphabet. The reverse is going to be 15 and 18 equaling to 33 for the 21 dots and the 33 voids found on the cube. Every number is a character, is a word, is a story, where Morse dots and dashes of I come in to tell that story. That when I9 is that birth, the reverse of I is M. The polar to I is M. It becomes what is 9 and 13 equals to 22. Did I do that? Right? Or it's going to be what is L, just let me see this, L and, hold on a second, L and L. Did I get that right? Hold on. M, D, C, L, X, V1. Yes, it's L and L, right? 12 and 12 equals to 24. I'm going to explain this to you in 1 minute. L and L, I and M. This will be also 1001, and this will be 100. When it comes to Roman numerals, the reverse Roman numerals, okay, of MDCLXV1 is the fourth Roman numeral is L from both sides, replicating, okay, that creation or mirror creation comes at 50. The darts is 50. You have a dart 1, you have a dart 13. We can look at it that way or just look at it straight as numbers, right? So the reverse of L is L. The reverse of I is the last as 1 and the first, okay? But if it's the last and the first, it's also going to look like this. This over here is actually going to nominate the reality of 50-50 because that's what this is. It's the halfway point. The reason I put all these, I put these zeros over here is because your 100 creates your halfway point, which is 50. Your 50 is part of your creation. 30 and 50 are the same. 30 and 50 are the same. Why? If you have half an hour, 30 minutes is going to be half the hour. If you have 15 minutes, you're going to have 1/4 of the hour. If you have 5 minutes, right, or 10 minutes, we're going to have what is 1/12, and at 10 minutes, we're going to have of 1/6. But remember, if we're working in the terminology of 5, 10, 15, 20, we also have to understand the terms of creation, where the first element of the zone that you are in is an element of base. 1 and 2 go together. Your creation only starts on the 3rd level, and your reverse becomes on the 4th level. You stretch out with 1, and you expand from 4. Your time heaven, TH, not as a gold, not as a silver, not as a bronze, but as the runner-up, TH. TH runs from 4th all the way to 20th. Although there is an exchange, 20 equals 2, right? 20, let me not mark it like that. You have 20 valued at 2. You have 19 valued at 1. you would have 18 valued at 2, and then you have 17 valued at 3. Oh, sorry, 21 valued at 3. So your basic life living, if I can understand, before you bust out into the mirror world, okay, is to understand this reality that's going on right now. Let me catch, not a fish, my breath with my nose, my hook nose, my wolf that I huff and I puff and I blow my nose. I cough out my mouth and I blow my nose. I have to remember that in every breath you take for your birth on earth, that in the word breath, to breathen, is the word birth. And in the word birth is the word earth. How do you spell what it sounds like? TH, TH, teach, teach, TH. The 20th letter and the 8th letter. 6 times 2, 6 plus 2, 12 and 8 equals to 20. Right, 12 and 8, so 12, okay, listen to this. 12 1 and 2 equals to 3. And then we have 8. So we're going to use 11. 11 is going to represent the male creation of the beta house, the female circumference, right? Because wherever it plugs itself, it will create the birth in the house, in the sun. The sun, the love, okay, both number 54. Although ace is not 54, it is only number 9. The sun reduces, okay, to what is 1, 3, and 5, number 9, and in control of the house of Venus. Alpha, beta, delta. Inside 3 and 5, when you look at these cubes, you have to understand what is there and what is not there. Here's the master. When you see this, you don't see the center 3. When you see the 5, you don't see the inside 4. If you notice, most of the empty space is on the inside of the house. One of the special things about love, it is 3, 6, and 4, 5. L-O-V-E. L-O-V-E. And what's ironic, although love, okay, is 54, love, if I get this right, let me check this out, is 17 and 37 for love. The reverse of the E is V. The reverse alphabet of O is L. You get 37 to the red. You get 37 to the dark, creation of the 7th gate. You get 17 to gateway to the red. The L is 12, the E is 5. 5 and 12, 5, 12. Remember that in 5 and 12, 5E and 12L, you also, 12 is 1 and 2 equals to 3, and it becomes 1 times 2 equals to B. Maybe it's the board of the liquor trade or something, LCB. BCL coming together, 3. Your base is always 3. Your mirror becomes 4 once you've completed your first L or your first wing. Let me see if we can do this. Once you've completed your wing over here, 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10. Then you have what is here and here. right? 7 and 6 equals, sorry, what you have is here and here, 6 and 9, your rotation in the sun to your gateway, 7 and 8, 6 and 9, 15, 15 is 30, and 10. Your 10 is scoring. Your E is what connects you. Your E is what connects you. If you want to look at the 365 days, how does that work out in the 365 days? This is the 365 days. That's what it looks like when the numbers are in their proper position. So let's see where we are with this right now. Just give me a second. Let me have a cup of tea. Let me make sure I don't lose myself. And to explain, the A is the heart to the circumference of a halfway house. Okay, just give me a second to sip this. I'm going to come back and show you what I just wrote. The word 11 equals 63. The male sex organ. The word 11 equals 63. The male sex organ is number 63. The female sex organ, okay, is number 54. The female is, we're going to put here, okay, is beta or bait. We're going to use that as Venus, being the circumference that is divided on the hyperplane of 180 degrees, or the 18 crossing that go around, right? The 18 that crosses around Rubik's Cube in 6, 6, and 6. When we're in the horizontal way in measurements, they use this as 180 degrees. When we're in the 90 vertical, right? When we're in the 90 vertical over here. So this is the way it's going to look. The 8 will be for the H horizontal. The 4 will be for the vertical. For the heavens of 55, freedom 55, the halfway life, in order to create a 6, you have to create 2 dots in separation between what was once 4, right? This area over here to where it was now interfered with, the 4 corners. Interfered with the 5, the E world that got implanted into it. All these separations, and it's to be discussed. So when I show you this, this is a famous chess move. C'est fait par le tour. La manière, the way the tour works, the tower works, right? Or what they call the rook, 4159. Remember what 59 is? E-I-E-I-O. E-I-E-I-O. The difference between 6 and sex, right? Is when you run this L letter, this wing, look at them in each place. Each one has a different numeric connection. Each one connected in the heart over here. Can be also looked at as 5 and 2 if you like. This angle over here is where the 7th gate comes in. 3 and 4 connecting, 6 and 7, 13, the higher and the lower gates. You need a 7 and a 13 to connect to make one area space. 7 and 13 is the same way the Mayan calendar works in their gearing system of the 10-day star system. Is it the 10 days or the 9 days? So all of these wings, when they connect, 4 numbers and 4 numbers connect to 1 numbers. It's a 4-1-4 connection. It's a 3 plus 1 and a 3 plus 1 connection. When you go 1 over to 4, 5, when you go 9 over to 6, 15, 1 and 5 equals to 6. This one equals to 5. So you now have only a 0.5 that's in between once you drag your numbers together. This one and this one is 7. This one and this one is 7. This one and this one is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 7 and 4 come together, meeting at this spot over here. Did you know that the real 74 comes together right over here? Did you know that the 4th day is the center of a 3-1-3 week? The 3-1-3 week is where the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, 3rd, 2nd, 1st days come into action. That we get this number here. We have 7 days. It's 1, 2, 3 plus the 4th day plus the 3, 2, 1. That's the last day, the first and the last, the second and the second, and here becomes the 4th. And on the next level, okay, and on the next level, if we were working with 7, right, we would end up going from what number? Where would we put number 5? 5, 6, 7, 8. The next level is 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 6, 5. The next level becomes, just give me 1 second, 9, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 9. And then the next one would be, would it be 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4. And then, let me see what I'm doing. 3, 5, 8. Let me see if 8, 9. 8, 9. Then I finished here. I went 3, 4. Here I go 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 1, 9, 8. Just give me a second to finish this. And this would be a 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3. And then this would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 9, 8, 7. I think the way it would be going is this way. Here's the base formation. If I had to take it up 1 level, I would go up like this, and then this, and then this. The difference between here and here is 4. The difference between here and here is 5. The difference between here and here is 4. The difference between here and here is 5. 5, 4, 5, 4. It's the movement of the sun system. It's the same thing that if I was counting by, I think, if I was counting by, let me see, 5, 9, 4, 5 plus 5, 5, 1, 6, 2, 7, 2, hold on, did I get that right? 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, oh no, 3, 8, 4, 9. Okay, here it is. When you count by 5s, the rotation of the numbers look like this. And if you count that 5 and 7 is 12, is 9 is 21. And 8 and 7 is 15, and 6 is 21. And 7 and 4 is 11, and 1 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. That 7 and 3 is 10, and 2 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. Everything becomes 9 and 6, 15, becomes 18, becomes 9, becomes 3, becomes 6. 3, 6, 9 over here. Everything else becomes 3. 12, 12, 21. 3, 3, 3. Over here becomes 6, 3, 9. On this corner and this corner become 3 and 3. We see the same thing in Saturn square. So I don't know if I explained this one yet. Also to note that the heart of the alphabet is 13.5, where the ace divides the two sides, the left side of Western astrology to the right side or the eastern side of life. Unless we're working from it down here, the minus sun area. The 90 degrees goes north and south, traveling between the two. Now, if I match the two up, and you look at this, it'll create the N and the Z. And when you create the N and the Z to this, it's going to look like this. The word great equals to 51. It's the holder of the 432 vibration, which is 144 by 3. 432 or 3 days of 1440 minutes. Our 414 creation. This might be great, but you're great with 7 or 3 and 7, or your creation gate number 73 is Nibiru, and it's reflected through what? Great Britain. 73 and 51 equals to a total of 124 or 34. And that's going to represent DC cold blue. Also going to represent Mars. Mars represents the ram, and there's more than one. So let me see what, I don't see my comments for some reason here. Let me see this. Let me see this. I'm trying to look what happened to my chat. Hold on a second. What happened to my chat? Start a poll? No. Let me see. At least 1 minute needed to start a highlight. Okay. No. Just give me a second. I'm looking for what oh, is this my chat up here? No. What happened? Oh, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, okay. What happened to the chat? I don't get it. Let me see on here. Maybe I'll find the chat on here. So if anybody's been saying anything, I don't know where the chat is. Guess what? It's 9/11/119. Live video. No. Download videos, save to playlist, the save to device, edit in studio, share. Wow, imagine I got to copy my own link to be able to get onto my video. Whoop. Just give me a second. I see you're over here now. Just give me 1 minute. I'm going to share the link here, put the link in here. Oh, no, I don't want to put it in there. Put in a window up. It's asking me to sign into my own device. Boy. Okay, it's letting me in. And you know what's funny? It keeps saying to set. I go set. I don't want to set nothing. Okay, so now why I went into here. Oh, yeah, I wanted to see my chat. That's why I'm here. I want to see my chat. Speed, quality, bugs, no. And why won't it show my chat? Well, I can't believe I can't see my chat. So, yeah, so I need to fix my chat. Just 1 second over here. I am a little clumsy. Look at that. I got a second like, but it was myself. So just give me a second. How do I put the chat on here? I don't want to share. I can like. Can I like? No. I can shut this off. No, I don't want to do that. Highlight your video. No, I don't want to do that. So what about the plus sign? It's start a poll. I don't want to do that. What if I turn it sideways? No. Why can't I chat with my own video? Let me make this smaller and see if I can find the chat up over here. Just give me a second. Boom, now there's chat. Okay, now I see it. I'm not mourning the morning, but in the word morning, I see the word hour, right? The RU and the MO, I can separate. The M and N gives hour in between the M and N, which moves up because the M and the N in gematria are 1 and 1. So I would move that up the level, right? I would move it between the first and the 15th letter. The pull game shows you between the 1 at the bottom and the 15 at the top. But forget about 13, 14, and 15 because it's in a blocked chamber. It's not open to that area, right? I'm going to have to show you that. Do I have that here? No, it's not. Let me see. Is it in my paint? Yeah, I have it in my paint, so I can turn it around and show you this. It's in that block chamber here, okay? I'm going to, well, where's my camera? I'm going to take this camera off and show you this over here. Right? So let me show you this. Whoa, I lost it. I lost it. So let me show you this here, right? I don't know why I can't. Oh, yes, I lost my my camera up here. Hold on a second. Okay, so let me move this over. Oh, boy, I lost the camera again. Okay, so what's happening over here is we're going to climb from here. We're going to go 1, and then we're going to go 3. See this area here? 1, 3. In fact, I think I can do this better than that. I think I can show you that here. We're going to do this. Let me see. Okay, so we get 1 here, and then we get 1 here, right? Let me put that here, right? And check this out, what I'm going to do, right? And then I'm going to put 1 here, 1 here, I'm going to put 1 here, and 1 here, right? I started on the wrong area, okay? I'm going to just take that one away. I'm going to put a new one here. Okay, now this one over here. This is 7. This is 6. This is 4. This is 2 over here. Now the next one is going to come up over here. I'm not going to count this one because this is another 7 over here, right? That's what it's supposed to be. But we're not going to add that. We're going to add this one here. Whoop, not here. So when we connect this 1, 3, 5, 7 with 2, 4, 6, and then we count it down here. And as we go up to the top, right, we're going to do this. We're going to look at this one instead of that. We're going to have to make that one. And we're going to leave it at black, right? And as we, whoop, that's not what we wanted. So I want to make sure I got, let me see if I got this straight. Okay, do you see that, right? And now what we're going to do, hold on a second. Okay, so we have this and we have this. When we meet at this point over here, right, what we were supposed to be doing before, I should just remove all of this. I'm going to see if I can remove it all so I can redo this. Okay, let me redo this, okay? Let me redo this, okay? This here area, okay? Let me do this over here. This area is there's one here, 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 and there's one here. And these, okay, I'm going to put the one at the top, okay, I'm going to do it now, and I'm going to put another one. There's one here, okay, there's one here, there's one here, there's one here, there's one here. Now what happened? Oh, I didn't finish. Let me finish. There's one here, there's one here, and there's one here. And now we're going to go up. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. Here we have number 15. On this side, we have number 15. But this one comes from this side, and this one comes from this side. The game of pool locks in the 15 ball through the 13 ball. 15 and 13, 15 and 13, they lock in. The Y splits over here. The X is created over here. The X and the Y, I'm going to show you something on the floor in a minute, okay, what happens between those numbers. And then when you want to count, okay, over here, the seventh gate is over here. Hold on a second. Okay, you see the way it comes up from here and then it comes down in here, how this whole thing works through 1. You see where what 1 does? It comes down over here again. So on the top side, you have 15, 15. On the bottom side, you have 15, 15. And inside, okay, what connects it is 14, 14, 28, 14, 14, 28, 13, 13, 26, 13, 13, 26. Now you're playing between 11, 11, and over here, what is 3 and 3? What is 11, 11, and 3 and 3? 22 and 6, let's say, 28. All these numbers, I can explain all these numbers. I got this from the game of pool, what it told me. And then when you do it, it creates this over here when you duplicate it. This will run all the way up here and down here, and you're going to have all these zones that run on this angle. And if we run it on that angle, I must turn the cube on that angle. If anybody has any questions about what I did, do not hesitate to ask me. Let me get a little bit of tea that's all the way on the other table. I just wanted to see something over here. I was watching myself. Just want to lower the sound a little bit. Whoop. Okay, still, you know, it's incredible. One person on TikTok, they said if I join the Stellar or whatever, I would get more. But I guess what? It's my fault. Don't blame anybody, right? But I was on something that had more people showing up to watch a channel. I do numerology in an alternative way, right? I learn it from the core, from the skeleton of what it is, from the skeleton of what it is. I see you're here, Sticks and Alex. How you doing? If you have any questions from me, join, stay high. How can I get somebody to say hi? What is this lock panel? Right, what is that? What is that? What is that? I'm just trying to find my channel up here on YouTube where I'm watching it. What happened to my YouTube? Oh no, it's down here. It can't be down there. I don't see anything down there. Hold on a second. Oh, here it is. So in Ram is Am. In Ramadan, okay, when you're going to say Ramadan, you're going to go R-A-M, okay? You're going to go D-A-M, Ram Adam. So in the first one, it's Ram, it's A-M-E. It's 1 for 1, 4, 1, 4. See, it starts off with the 18. The only difference in the word is R and D, right? Like coming into the third house, the one spirit in the delta angle of the heavens, 2 square and 2 cubed, which is Mars, 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 Mars as the 4th planet. If we reverse it, it becomes Saturn. We need to understand our location in the dimensia houses, meaning, am I counting 1 to 12? Why? And how can it be broken down to smaller? Can I pair number ups, right? Everything is a basis of 1, 2, 3. But in singularity, it'll be 1 times or 1 plus of what it is. 2 times or 2 plus of what it is. The other thing I wanted to mention, I'm going to show this twice, is this part over here. The 180 degrees and the 90 degrees is 270. Correct? 270. Our birth is over here, as I understand, at the 225 degree mark. Our birth is an ace birth of a divided world, 1, 3, and 5, where we become inside what I like to call the delta angle. Or we can be on the other side of the delta angle. Living inside the omega right over here. 216 mark to 234. 234 to 270. Why 7? Why not 9? Even on this cube, it's only 7 of 9. If I drill a hole on the 6, I'll have this 1 have 6, and it becomes 7. The 9 is the birth. The heavens of creation, the 2 moons of Mars come onto your 6th birth, implanted in between, which is your soul, implanted in between the E world, the 1 dot equaling to your 9 birth. That is all added on to your 9 birth. Your duplicate must be a 6 as you're a 6. But in Trinity, it's 4, 4, and 4. Do you follow what I'm saying? What is the reverse of 6 on the cube? The 6 reverse 8. The 5 reverse 9. The 4 reverse 10. Where inside of 4 and 10 is our B and C, our beta creation. What is inside 5 and 9? It's 6 and 8. Now, I'm getting a little tired. I've gone to my 2-hour mark. It's 1:37 in the afternoon. If somebody's got any questions for me, something that I didn't complete, possibly in the word. So let me do this over here. Trying to move this. No, I don't want to move that. What's going on? I'm just trying to move something over here. I don't know why it won't move. Okay, so let me see where I was. Trying to see where I was. The male and the female organ come together, and the total between 63 and 54 is 117. 117 or 7,11, which is 18, which is the reverse of all sides of the cube, because every side of a cube has an area space to put in one dot. It is the same as Rubik's Cube, what you see and what you do not see. And when you add surface to something, if you want to make this look 5 by 5, I'll make it look 5 by 5 and I'll tell you a story. If you want it to be 6 by 6, 7 by 7, 8 of 8, and 9 and 9, I'll tell you a story. But what you can see, that the minute you create, you add a wing. See, I added a wing on. I added these cubes here, 2 and 2 and 1 corner. 2 and 2 create the open corner. So when I add it on, here is my 4. I add a wing on, I got 9. I go from 4 to 9 to 4. Let me see what it is. It's 4. It's 1. It's 4. Let me see if I did this right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, it's 1. It's 3. It's 5. It's 7. It's 9. It's 11. It's 13. Pool ball says stop on 15. I'll stop on 15. One part of the hive will look like this. This is the way one part of the hive will look. It's going to look like a pyramid. We have the one here, which actually makes this a 4 area, which actually makes this. Let me turn this around and finish it. Let me do this. Let me do this. Perhaps we'll understand our stars and stripes, understanding what the skeleton part of the creation of our red, white, and blue stars and stripes, whether there's 2 colors or 3 colors. Right? When there's 2 colors, it's going to be an even. It's going to mark for Mars. When it's 3 colors, odd versus even. And when they say father, okay, in French, they go pair, right? Everybody knows what a pair is, right? And if they go mother in Hebrew, it's called ima, or how about impair, which is it's not the father, it's the mother. So the odd becomes the mother, where the even becomes the father in this description of words. Even though they're both related, right, to Mars, the mother runs in the cycle and the father runs in the gate. One runs on the ring and one other, I'll look at the pole. But the poles are 3 poles. THER is 51, our vibration of 432. 28 and 23, 51. THER, to teach the residency. The occupant. 28 is Mo, 15 and 13, right? The top of the 15 balls, the 13 and the 15. The FA is the 1 and the 6, the lower end of the 15 balls. We didn't count the 7. The total is the 7, right? The top that joins. It takes 4 fathers to make 1 mother. 35 becomes the brother, or the 3.5 is the heart of the cube, the brother. 3.5 or 1.25 memory in the beta gates to equal to 3.5 8 times equals to 28 grams, which is 1 ounce or a cycle of the moon. So we're going to mark this one up as 4, 9, 16, and this one here is 25, and this one over here 36, and this one here is 169, which is also 16. 169, just give me a second, or 1 plus 168. It's a 13 by 30. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 49. I don't know why I got that. So this becomes 49, 4. And this becomes 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This becomes 64. So it becomes 64, 49, 36, 25, 16, 9, 4. Let's see if I got this right. When we keep putting a wing, I put a wing on, I put a wing on, I put a wing on. Or how about look at it as the heart, right? Look at it as a heart when it's drawn this way. Every time you put a wing on, if I remove this here, the first one is a heart. So just they become levels of the heart, or the pyramids. And each one of these, if you take a look, the first one is 1, 4. Remember, it doesn't start till the third one. It only starts here. The third and the fourth are right here. It says pi. It goes 9, 7, 7, 9. The invert to that is 1, 3, 3, 1. 11 times 11 times 11, 13, 31. Then it goes to 4, and then it goes to 1 again. This would be the game of pool. The game of Monopoly stops over here. Did I get that right? No. The game of Monopoly starts here, because when you get this over here, you have to go all the way around the board and create 4 of these. Monopoly is a 13 by 13 board, 169, but it's 168 hours around 1. 68 divides the gate to what? Mars, the 4th planet, to your birth. 4 and 9. Go green 8. Go is 22. Go green 8. Did I miss showing it on my other channel? I don't know. Where were those comments coming from? That's really weird. I lost all my comments from my Mars flip is war. Now the difference between the W, right, and the M is showing you the angle when you draw the angle. We never, for some reason, we never draw the angle out from the W. So we have to understand, why does the W do that? Why is the M straight? The W is going to show you that you're going 2 and 4 running through a gateway. The M is going to show you you're going 3, 2, 4, 3. The W is going to show you you're going 2, 4, 2, 4. And all you have to do is look at this over here. The angle of this. From here to here is 2, from here to here is 2, here to 2, here it is 2. Here is 4, 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 here is 4. The W shoots from out here. So if it shoots from here, it runs to here and runs to here. That means I need multiple boards, unless I'm running it downward. 1, 4, 7, 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, etc. You follow what I'm saying? It takes, like I'm going to show you on the floor right now. one of the things about 36 is here is your X, right? I'm going to take out the camera in a minute and show you this too. Let's see if I can do this both. Here's the X, here's a Y, here's an X, there's a Y. The center over here, if you notice, it connects directly together. You have the X and Y happening twice. It was a 2x2 connection. You take two of these for 72, 108, 144. You got two happy faces with one connection. You got 2.5 happy faces. You need how many to enter the game before they connect? Now, if I took these 72 and I overlap this with this, I'd have 60. So instead of having 6 rows, I now go down to 5 rows. But if I use all 4 of these, I overlap this one with this one, is 60. I use all 4 for 144, overlap here, take away 12. I don't overlap here. I don't overlap I'm going to overlap everything, take away 24. Take away 24, I only have 120. Do you follow what I'm saying? This is one-dimensional. I need 36 dots to repeat to where I know my pattern has repeated. I have 3 rulers of 12 inches for 36. I have 3 of 12 over here, or 4 of 9. 3 for Earth for creation, and 4 for the mirror Mars creation. I back it up. I back my science up. I back it up with everything that has ever been created, written in any Bible. Because if it's a word, it's a character, it's a note. I will bring it to its formation, its numeric understanding, and then we will compare it, and you will look at it, and you will decide. I had a question asked to me. Excuse me. Peppermint. Why don't I have my peppermint? Holy basil's good. I hope too old is not so bad. Ay, ay, ay. Look what they did. They sliced off this hair on my floor. Long hair, imagine. Long hair on my floor. What in the world is that doing there, right? So where was I deep into this video? Who is still here with me? Where is my camera? 1 second over here. Mars is also associated to war. I'm trying to figure out my cameras. Okay, here it is. Yeah. Where else am I going to go with this? Yeah, and so this has to do also, like I said, with the game of Monopoly, because you might see the game of Monopoly. How do you see the game? What do you see about the game? What do you know about the game? Do you think the game is nothing or cannot be implicated in our life? If you take a dice and you roll it, I'm going to tell you what's going on. First, by the numbers that you roll, right? Like in Monopoly, if you get 1, 1 3 times, you're in jail. So you automatically go to the moon. So if you're 11, 11, 11, okay, or your 3 doubles puts you in jail, it puts you into the cube. Cube is number 31. And jail, go to jail, directly to jail, is the 31st area space. It occupies a square corner. The square corners are located at 15 and 13, 28, 28, 56, the cycle of the moon. 56 is the numeric value for wolf or flow. 56 is 2 28s. 28 is the cycle of the moon, or 8 by 3.5, which is the heart of the cube. How can you get into the center of the cube at 8.5? Love, we went over that. What's so beautiful about the word love is L opposite O, V opposite E. Where when you have E and V, you have 5G TV coming in. The reverse of V is E. The reverse of G. G looks like a small E. G looks like a 6. G is now 5, 6, and 7. Becomes 15. It becomes 18. And it becomes 21. 15, 18, 21. Right? For G. 7 by 3, 6 by 3, and 5 by 3. Because that's what it looks like. Now, if I'm going to multiply it, I'm also going to add it. It equals to 8, 9, and 10. Now, if I go back to my grid and try to find where is the 8, 9, and 10? Right away, you know this is part of Earth. When you make movements on a 3 cube, you have to move this way. In a single area space of movement on a 3 cube, you have to move this way, or on any single cube. Any single cube is always run through this way. So if I want to go straight across to 11, I have to do this in a single area. So back to where your sun love is that the 5 is also a 4. The 4 is also a 5. So 5, 4, 4, 5 for the 5 dot and the 5 void to the 4 dot and the 4 void on each other. So if I go 44, I might be talking about dot and void. If I go 55, I might be talking about dot and void. So if I go 55, I might be talking about 44 dot. If I talk 44, I might be talking about 55 void. If I go 5 and 5 void, I know that 5 also can pop up in this 7th area. The maximum is 7. We're going to go over that. We're going to go to 7. We're not going to count 8 and 9. 8 and 9 is going to count where 1 and 2 show up. In the piano, the 8th and the 9th key show up with A and B. A becomes 8, B becomes 9, and that's our separation and connection to 9/11 when the moons connect. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. We're going to leave 1776 in the reverse Roman numerals possibly for next time. November 11th is going to be the 11th month. Right? Sorry, November 5th is the 11th month and the 5th day. But what day is it? It's the 310th day of the year this year, representing the moon on this day, on that day. If you want to reverse it to the numbers and not to the number of days, we're going to go down into the month of May for the 5th month and the 11th day, 5/11. You're towing. Peace and love. Thank you for watching this video. Please help support the channel. Let me see if did I get any of that anywhere? Let me see. No, let me see something. I want to see something. Okay, there we go. So thank you very much. This one's over. Thank you for watching. If you want to know about numbers and how everything joins and how the planetary system works, I'm still looking to learn more about the zodiac, more about astrology, but the backbone to everything before you do the analytics is to understand the numbers that support it. Thank you for watching this video. Ciao.